Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Flow In, the space where we pause, breathe, and reconnect with what's real inside of us. I'm your host, Keisha, and I'm so glad you pressed play today. I hope you've been making space for yourself, even in the middle of chaos, because that's what we're really doing in this season, learning how to flow through life, not force it. Now, today we're diving into something that seems really simple, but trust me, it's powerful. Daily rituals. Yes, today we will be unpacking the power in daily rituals. Let me ask you something. Do you have something in your life right now that grounds you every day? Maybe it's your morning tea before anyone else in the house wakes up, or maybe it's a few moments with your journal, or even a few minutes you spend in your car before you head into your home. Whatever it is or isn't, we're going to explore how those small intentional practices can create big shifts in your energy, your mindset, and your life. So if you've been feeling scattered, like life is just rushing past you, or like you've been in a season where it's hard to find your center, this episode is definitely for you. Let's get into why rituals matter. Now look, habits are things we do on autopilot. Get up, check the phone, rush into the day. But rituals are sacred. They're intentional. There are moments where we slow down and say, this is for me. Every time you light that candle, take that breath, speak that affirmation, you're writing a love note to your soul. That's what flowing is all about. Creating space and rituals to come back to yourself on purpose. When we commit to these small practices, we're not just going through the motions. We're saying to ourselves, I matter. My peace matters. My energy matters. From a spiritual perspective, rituals keep us grounded. They're like anchors keeping us rooted when life starts moving too fast. Even science is finally catching up to what our ancestors always knew. When we move with intention, when we create consistent, mindful rhythms in our lives, we feel better. Less anxiety, more clarity, a deeper sense of peace. And it's not just a vibe, it's real. Think about it. When you start your day with a clear intention, even if it's just for 5 minutes, you're setting the tone for how you want to move throughout the world. That's powerful. So let's take a moment to think about our own rituals. What's one small thing you do just for you? Not for the job, not for the kids, not for anyone else, but for your spirit. It doesn't have to be deep. Maybe it's lighting incense before you pray, journaling with your tea, or just taking 5 slow breaths before you walk out the door. Those simple acts, that's how we create sacred space in everyday life. That's how we flow in, back to ourselves, back to center. And here's the thing, rituals don't have to be perfect. This isn't about checking boxes or performing for some invisible standard. It's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself in a way that feels nourishing and real. Some days your ritual might be a full morning routine, meditation, tea, affirmations. Other days, it might just be sitting in silence for a minute while your phone's still on Do Not Disturb. Both are valid. Both are sacred because it's not about what it looks like. It's about how it feels. Now let's talk about what these rituals can actually look like. Because sometimes when we hear the word ritual, we imagine this long drawn out ceremony, right? But it doesn't have to be that deep. It can be simple and still meaningful. It's soul care, so the goal isn't to get it right. It's to tune in, slow down, and reconnect. Morning rituals are your foundation. How you start your day sets the tone. Before you reach for your phone, reach for your journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big or small, like hot tea, a good night's sleep, or another chance to begin again. Gratitude shifts your energy and your mindset to abundance mode. Affirmations are a great way to start the day. Speak life over yourself, literally and out loud. It might feel awkward at first, but trust, your words hold power. Say things like, "Today I choose peace," or "I'm grounded and present." Let your voice become your anchor before the noise of the day begins. You could take a moment for intention setting. Ask yourself, how do I feel today? Not what do I have to do, but how you want to be. That intention becomes your compass guiding how you move through the day. Midday rituals is where we pause and reset. Life gets loud in the middle of the day, so this is your invitation to come back to center. Start with breath work. One of my go-tos is the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Try it just once and notice the shift. Your nervous system calms, your mind quiets, your body softens. Step outside. Let the sun kiss your skin. Stretch, breathe, maybe take a quick walk, even if it's just off the block. Sometimes all it takes is feeling nature's breeze to remember you are a part of something bigger. Try mindful sipping. Yes, even sipping water can be a ritual. It's about being present. Whether it's water, tea, or your favorite drink, take your time. Sip it slow. Feel the cup against your hands. Notice the warmth or the coolness. Taste every sip. Let it do more than hydrate your body. Let it bring you back to your awareness. Evening rituals are your wind down time, your sacred close to the day. Do some reflective journaling. Ask yourself, what went well today? Celebrate the little wins, the moments you stayed calm, the boundaries you honored, and the breath you remembered to take. It all counts. It all matters. Evenings are made for soothing rituals. They are more than just routines. They're a soft place to land at the end of the day. Light a candle, but don't just light it. Watch the flames dance. Let the scent wrap you up. Draw a warm bath, and instead of rushing through, sink in. Feel the water holding you. Let it wash away the weight of the day. Put on a playlist that speaks to your soul. Songs that feel like a hug. Lyrics that get you. This is about creating a space that feels like an exhale, where your shoulders drop. And you remember that you don't always have to be on. This is your permission to pause. Let's talk a little bit about digital detox. And I know that can sound a little dramatic, but stay with me. Sometimes the best things you can do for yourself is just let that phone go. Turn it off. Put it down. Or at least step away from the endless scrolling. Seriously, think about it. How many times do you pick up your phone without even thinking? Notifications, timelines, group checks, it's nonstop. But what if you gave yourself a break? Just a little bit of stillness. Time where your mind isn't jumping from post to post or drowning in other people's thoughts. Maybe you switch it to do not disturb for an hour. Leave it in another room. Or go all in and power it down completely before bed. And look, I get it. You tell yourself you're just checking one thing, and next thing you know, an hour has passed. That's why this isn't about being perfect. It's about peace. It's about letting your mind breathe, letting your spirit settle without the constant noise. So whether it's 5 minutes, an hour, or the whole night, you deserve that quiet. You deserve to just be with yourself without the world in your pocket. The key: don't force it. Let your rituals meet you where you are. They should feel like nourishment, not pressure. Love notes to your spirit, not another thing on your list. Let me get real with y'all for a second. There was a season in my life when I was doing all the things, showing up for work, for family, for a loved one, but I wasn't showing up for me. I felt like I was living on autopilot, just going through the motions. My body was tired. My spirit was louder than ever, and I kept pushing it to the side. That's when I started playing around with morning rituals. Nothing fancy at first, just a cup of tea and a little bit of journaling, writing down how I wanted to feel that day. I'd speak an affirmation out loud. Some mornings I cried, other mornings I didn't even want to do it. Felt like I was fighting myself, but I stuck with it. I showed up, even when it was messy. Over time, those simple practices gave me clarity. I stopped feeling like life was just happening to me. I started feeling like I was creating it intentionally. That's the power of ritual. It reminds you who you are. So let's talk about how you can start, especially if this is new territory. Start with one ritual. Don't try to overhaul your whole day. Pick one simple practice, like a morning affirmation or a mindful breath break, and commit to it for 7 days. Attach rituals to something you already do. I find that when you attach a ritual with a habit you already have, it makes the practice easier. For example, say your affirmation while brushing your teeth. Practice gratitude journaling right after your morning tea, or take a deep breath every time you check your phone. Create a sacred corner in your space. Set up a small area with things that calm and center you: candles, crystals, a journal, or a plant. Make it your to-go spot for grounding. Set reminders if you need to. Listen, there's no shame in needing a reminder. Sometimes life gets loud and we forget. So set that alarm if you have to. Call it pause and breathe, or something like speak life. Let it be that gentle nudge that brings you back to yourself. But beyond that, get curious. Ask yourself, when do I usually feel the most scattered or overwhelmed? When do I naturally get a quiet moment, even if it's just a minute? What's one simple thing I can do in that moment to ground myself? Because once you start noticing those little pockets of time, those quiet cracks in your day, you'll see where your rituals can fit in. Not forced, Not another thing on your to-do list, just naturally, like a soft pause that's already waiting for you. Honor your rhythm. Every day won't look the same, and that's okay. Let your rituals be flexible. Flow with your life, not against it. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about presence. Let your ritual evolve as you do. Before we go, I want to leave you with this reminder. Small practices create big shifts. The world will always pull you in a million directions. But when you have rituals that bring you back home to yourself, that's when real transformation happens from the inside out. So here's your flowing challenge this week. Try one new ritual, just one. Notice how it feels. Honor the resistance if it comes up, and celebrate yourself for showing up. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode spoke to you, please leave a review or share it with a friend. It helps this podcast grow, and it means so much to me. Next week, we're diving into something deep. Trusting your intuition, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else. That's going to be powerful. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Before we close out, let's take a moment to slow down. If you're able, gently close your eyes or soften your gaze. Uncross your legs, relax your shoulders, let your hands rest in your lap or by your side. Let's breathe together. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold. Exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And one more time, just like that. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Now let your breath return to a natural rhythm. As you sit in this stillness, repeat after me, either silently or out loud if it feels good. I honor myself with small sacred moments. I trust that every intentional breath, word, and action is creating space for my peace. I am grounded, I am present, and I am flowing with purpose. Let that sink in. Take one more deep breath in through your nose and release with a big sigh. Until next time, carry this energy with you. Take care of yourself, protect your peace, and remember to always flow in.